right, welcome back. For those few who enjoyed the channel, um, just my content again is just speaking from the heart, things that I feel using common sense. Um, just my experiences growing up in New York, growing up in the Bronx and Manhattan and Harlem, um, back in the '80s and '90s, and just seeing how the difference from growing up then to now and trying to just a little bit of my experience, a little bit of my knowledge from school, history. Um, but what we have today is a full backdoor socialism happening here in America right now. We have a full backdoor socialism. They ain't coming through the front door with it because the economy was good, people were working, unemployment was low for blacks, Hispanics, Asians, American, all types. I'm not one that falls into that whole intersectionality, multiculturalism, hierarchy, and all that. So I don't care about any of that. Like I said, I mean, there would when I was growing up, that I grew up in the most diverse area in the city. Um, you know, so I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care about is the love of my country and the love of my and the respect of having a country that has a constitution and a bill of rights, and all of that is gonna go. And what we're gonna have ushered in is this new era, and like people like me. I mean, anyone that's in their 40s and 50s and 60 years old, and realize that they're growing up, that they grew up in a time that is long past gone, and we understand that. Okay, but the new generation of kids gotta understand that you're gonna grow up and you're not gonna have the kind of freedom that you think that you're gonna be enjoying. With all these TikTok videos and Instagram, and you think that's fun, and they're gonna regulate that soon enough. They're gonna come after that. Right now, they're coming after capitalism, and they're coming after uh, people's wealth, and they didn't want, like, if you look at it, the poverty was going down and people's wealth was going up, and it wasn't only just certain people, it was all aspect of people. They just want to play with the numbers. Statistics could be manipulated to show that only one group of people was succeeding, but when uh, factually it was across the board. It didn't matter where you came from. you know the only thing that was going down, and this is because of the policies that were implemented back in 2008, um, is education. The education system is going down. And I feel it's because they injected Common Core. One size fits all doesn't work. That doesn't work. It doesn't work anywhere. You can't. It doesn't work for this virus trying to shut down, the whole country, because New York and Washington and Florida and other places are hot spots. You know, that one size fits all idea just doesn't work. When you start treating people as a collective, a herd, where's the individualism come from that? You know, um, so we just got a backdoor socialist going on right now. We got checks going out to people, unemployment. I just called some employees back. I don't run a company. I manage. I manage it. There's higher people than me, but I do hire, and I try to call back some employees today because we're picking up a little bit because we're not in a we're not in a state that's shut down. Um, they're like, no, I don't want to come back. I'm afraid that I might catch the virus. No, it's because they're getting checks for doing nothing. They're making more money staying at home than they would be at work working. Now, when that dries up, they're going to look for work, but the work ain't going to be there. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of people who think that this is like free money. Sadly, it's not going to come this year. Maybe late next year, but definitely in 2022, when you're paying $3.50 for 12 ounces of Coke, or $4 for water, and the gas is, you know, eventually, you know, because they're not going to pump, they're not going to do nothing. You know, they're paying people to buy gas right now. They're paying people to buy oil right now. Oil's at the negative, but when they stop fracking and they stop drilling and they're not producing oil, those things have a shelf life. They don't sit, oil barrels don't sit around going, oh yeah, we'll just wait till the economy picks up. They have to dump all that. You can't use oil that's been drilled out of the ground or fracked out of the, you can't use that it doesn't last forever. Eventually we're going to be paying $6.50 for gas. Inflation will hit us so hard, and we're going to have Venezuela-like shit going on. And you got to go buy a loaf of bread, and the loaf of bread is $5 or $6. You try to buy food for your family because you want all these free checks right now, all this free money. You guys are living for today, are not thinking about tomorrow. And for those who have young children and believe in that backdoor socialism stuff, your children are going to suffer greatly, because production is going to go down, and no one's going to want to go into production and farming or any of those fields when they can stay at home and get free money. So what's that going to do? It's going to cause less items being on the shelf at a greater cost. I mean, I didn't graduate from Boston University, thank God, because I mean, if I would have to pay for that terrible education system, I'd be like, really, I think I'd be suicidal right now, having to pay for Boston University education and sounding as stupid as AOC. I mean, she just lacks basic economics, you know. But you don't even need to know how to have economics. Just think of it like this. If there are no factories producing, say, such a hat, say a hat, and there are no more of these hats on the shelf, and they say the hats that are out there are the last hats, what people do is they mark this hat up. Today it's $5, and everybody wants these hats. Mark it up to $500. And yes, there'd be people who will buy it because they're desperate to have something to cover their head. It's the same thing with food, shoes, clothing. If nobody's manufacturing it, what's on the shelf eventually will get sold, and it'll get sold at a higher price, and there'll be no backup producing it. So that's it. And that's going to happen with food. That's going to happen with everything. If we don't get this country getting back to the principles of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it is all laid out there, we're lost. I mean, we're done. It's done. This country's done. Like I said in my last videos, please watch my videos. I mean, I try to give you what I feel. And it's just common sense. I'm not right, left, center, nothing. I'm just telling you. It's just common sense. Is you got to go out and you got to get a feel. I just went shopping. I bought a few items. And I was like, wow, this went up like 30 cents. This went up 40 cents. Next thing you know, each item that has went up, and then you leave with $10 less than you thought you projected that you were going to spend, because the prices they're ticking up, because the manufacturing and the producing of these items that you buy, the regular, there's nobody doing it because they're not letting people go to work. Thanks to listen, anybody who believes politicians nowadays, you believe the media and the politicians, you have something covering your eyes, and you are blind to the world. You are completely brainwashed, and there is no help for you. Okay? But, you know, America, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, everybody. That was a famous song. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. It's a famous singer. And it applies to now. Look for that song. I don't remember all the lyrics, but it kind of it applies now. It's time to wake up.